Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT. We hope you had a great weekend. You're ready to go here on this first day of the work week. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It is September 28th. It is a Monday.
And now at 6:30.
Kentucky State Police are investigating a weekend crash in Madison County that killed an Eastern Kentucky University football player.
3 hikers are recovering from serious injuries after being rescued at the River Gorge.
And camping out for Big Blue Madness tickets isn't the only event this week that will get you pumped up for the new UK basketball season.
Got a little rain down toward the far southern zones, but really none of this is going to be very heavy rain. However, we do have some heavy rain in the forecast for tomorrow after a small chance today with temperatures there in the lower 80s. This is going to be your warmest day in the forecast. I'll show you some cooler air and also some rain in just about 10 minutes.
And let's get right to the news on WKYT.
It is a difficult day on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. This morning we've learned that the victim who died in a weekend crash was an EKU football player.
A young player, the Madison County coroner says 19-year-old Joey Kramer was found dead on Sunday morning. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live on the EKU campus to tell us how Kramer is being remembered. Hillary, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Just hours after the Colonel football team had a big home win here at Roy Kids Stadium, they learned that their teammate, 19-year-old Joey Kramer, was killed in a crash. According to the athletic department's website, Joey Kramer played defensive line for the Colonels and came to EKU from Archbishop Alter High School in Ohio. Kentucky State Police responded to the crash early Sunday morning after a passerby noticed a car over an embankment on Tates Creek Road in Madison County. Troopers say there was one man inside of the vehicle when they got there, and they believe the single vehicle crash happened at some point overnight. Police are still working to figure out what caused Kramer to leave the roadway and crash. A tough hit for this Colonel football team, and they will certainly take to the field with heavy hearts as they prepare this week for a big game on Saturday against UK at Commonwealth Stadium. Live in Richmond, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Our hearts go out to that team, certainly, this morning. 6:32 now on WKYT This Morning, and 3 hikers were seriously hurt after falling 50 feet at the River Gorge. Dozens of search and rescue team members helped get the hikers to safety, and they say one hiker lost consciousness in the fall. 2 of them landed in the Red River. All 3 of them were badly hurt, and we're working now to update their conditions this morning.
A busy store in one Eastern Kentucky town is closed this morning. The Walmart in Jackson was damaged overnight by a rockslide. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with a look at the damage.
Good morning, Rebecca. I'll give you the good news first. No one was hurt. And for the bad news, I'll let the pictures do the talking. Take a look. The rockslide pounded this Jackson Walmart around midnight, right as it was closing for the night. As you would imagine, the Breathitt County store is not going to open. It typically opens around 6 a.m. every day. Now, this will likely be a major inconvenience for many people because the Walmart is one of the biggest stores in that small community that has just over 2,000 people. So when could the store reopen? Walmart is bringing in an engineer and a construction crew to inspect the damage, particularly that large 30-foot hole in the building. Those crews will decide when the Walmart will be back open for business. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Quite a mess there. Thanks so much, Mark. Well, it is our most clicked on story this morning on WKYT.com. The son of country music star Eddie Montgomery has died. 19-year-old Hunter Montgomery died over the weekend at UK Hospital. In a statement, Eddie Montgomery said, "I appreciate all your prayers and love, and thank you for giving us privacy as we grieve and say goodbye." The family has not released any information about their son's death. They only say that Hunter was on life support at UK Hospital.
New this morning, 2 former Eastern Kentucky University football players have been sentenced in a robbery case. David Emanuel and Zane Gilmore were sentenced to 12 years each in prison. The Richmond Register says that the pair will be eligible for parole after about 2.5 years. Emanuel and Gilmore went into a Clay Hall dormitory room in 2014 with masks and guns and threatened those inside and stole several items.
New this morning, a man had to be flown to the hospital after crashing his ATV. Boyle County deputies say the man crashed near Stamping Ground. They say he lost control of the ATV while trying to turn at an intersection. The man was flown to UK Hospital. We do not know his condition this morning. Well, deputies in southeastern Kentucky are investigating a deadly crash. The Bell County Sheriff's Office says the weekend wreck happened on Highway 190. 2 people were in the car at the time. The coroner says 46-year-old Ernie Parton died in that crash. We do not know the other person's condition. Deputies have not said what caused this crash.
In Lexington Fayette Public Schools, Superintendent Manny Calk says he is working on an action plan for the district. The Herald Leader says Calk is hoping to have that action plan completed by February. The school board has set aside $600,000 to hire consultants to study how the district currently operates. The Herald Leader reports that Marlene Helm, who was the acting superintendent for the last several months, is staying on now as a consultant. Kentucky has been awarded nearly $7 million in a 4-year federal grant to expand access to education and workforce data. Governor Beshear's office says the Commonwealth is one of 16 states to receive a grant in the 6th round of the statewide Longitudinal Data System Grant Program. Rand Paul's wife is returning to South Carolina for a campaign swing on her husband's behalf. The U.S. Senator from Kentucky's campaign says Kelly Paul will make 2 stops in the Palmetto State today. And tomorrow she's scheduled to go to the state Republican Party headquarters in Columbia, where she will officially file her husband's papers as a candidate in the First in the South primary.
Billionaire businessman Donald Trump says the middle class will get a noticeable break if he's president. Today, Trump will roll out a tax plan he says will reduce rates for lower and middle income families as well as corporations, while increasing rates for some, like hedge fund managers, who he says do not pay enough. In an interview on CBS's 60 Minutes, he said the middle class reduction would be substantial.
Well, I will say this: there will be a large segment of our country that will have a zero rate, and that's something I haven't told anybody.
You're talking about?
We're talking about people in the low-income brackets that are supposed to be paying taxes. Many of them don't anyway.
Well, Trump also talked about immigration. He emphasized his idea to round up illegal immigrants.
A spending measure to avoid a partial government shutdown on Wednesday is on track for Senate consideration as early as tomorrow. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's move to remove the provision of language stripping government funding from Planned Parenthood has annoyed many conservatives who want a fight over that issue. Outgoing Speaker John Boehner says the House will consider the Senate bill. For the first time ever, a hemp conference is being held here in Kentucky. Hemp Industries Association is meeting in Lexington this week. The nonprofit is an advocate group for hemp growers. This week's conference is focused on the expansion of the industry in North America, and it includes a hemp farm tour. That conference will wrap up tomorrow. May be hard to believe, but a new UK basketball season is just around the corner, and everybody's always looking forward to it.
Always. And that means, you know, really dedicating yourself. Already
Right.
Some serious fans camping out for Big Blue Madness tickets.
Speaking of the dedicated, right?
Yeah, a couple of dozen fans lined up already along Avenue of Champions this morning. They're camping out before the official campout starts on Wednesday. Some fans we talked to said good weather and humor are keys to surviving the week.
I had so much fun last year, I would not miss it this year. Because of all the stories they told from last year. And I'm divorced this year, so I get to have freedom.
Oh, she said it. All right. The free Big Blue Madness tickets will be handed out Friday. The much anticipated first official practice is the new season, October 16th. Okay, so keeping her sense of humor there.
Tell it like it is. All right. They're going to have some rain over there. Hope they brought a few things along to prepare for that.
Well, those fans camping out will have to get creative tomorrow morning.
That's when tickets for the Kentucky basketball blue-white game will go on sale. Tickets will be available starting at 9 tomorrow morning online through Ticketmaster.com. The Rupp Arena box office will sell tickets between 10 and 6. Those tickets cost $10 for lower level, $5 for upper level. And students can claim up to 2 free tickets while the supplies last. In person at the Joe Kraft Center, the ticket office there, they have to have a valid student ID. That scrimmage in Rupp Arena is set for 7 p.m. October 27th. So we're already talking basketball, even with a good football season underway.
Oh, they had such a great win over Mizzou over the weekend.
Yeah,
so
that was a big one.
Great for the football team. Let's check to see how traffic's moving right now.
And let's go check with Officer Don on that live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. One little problem on the exit ramp from the outer loop of the circle to Tate's Creek. That's a two-car non-injury collision at the bottom of the ramp, so it's still open, but somewhat of a hassle trying to get past that, at least for the next 10 or 15 minutes. Now, inbound Nicholasville Road from Jessamine County still looks okay, past Catnip Hill, Man-O-War, and down past them all to the circle. Let's get a live look at Winchester and Fortune, where traffic is light this morning. And our live drivers are reporting smooth sailing around the city. Just a couple of stalled cars to deal with on the interstate. That's what we're seeing also through the construction zones. But things are moving. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you very much. We'll keep everybody informed as we head toward the rush here in the next few minutes. 6:40 now, 20 before 7 on WKYT this morning.
Well, a young boy gets the chance to put the golden rule he learned into action. Hear why one father is calling this kid a hero because of what he did at a playground.
We have a little rain today. That's not really the issue. The issue is the rain for tomorrow, as we're looking for a big system heading our direction from the Gulf of Mexico. We'll get right into that coming up next.